Hey there, Samrana. I'm really looking forward to working with you. You seem like a very special person. So I want to go over this for you. Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to meeting you. And so I made some notes for you. Wellgorithms are our big invention. They're our flagship product, and it's near and dear to our hearts. So we want to do a great job here. So over here, I'm going to come into the live site, and right here, there's missing a Wellgorithms button. Now, I'm not sure exactly where we'll put it, but it needs to cleanly integrate into our top navigation. Right now we have a search, okay? And this really isn't any good. So one of the things you're going to do is you're going to redesign the search. When we search, as you see, we can search for Wellgorithms, okay? So let's come back. And then over here, how else do I find Wellgorithms? Well, there's two other ways. So right up here, there's a Wellgorithms feed, a master feed of Wellgorithms. And then when I click here and I come into the feed, you can see we have a feed. This is a recency feed where we have the most recent Wellgorithms, we have the most recent journal entry. So this is another way to find Wellgorithms just in the order of recency. What you're going to do is you're going to focus on some sort of integrated area where we can have filters and we can actually search the feeds. So let me go into more detail here. So this area I'm here, I actually updated it and showed you in a separate PDF. But you're going to focus your area here with the Wellgorithms feeds and some of the things that we want to accomplish. We really want to make people feel warm and invited. They're making some progress. Let's come in over here. Now, there are 5 classes of Wellgorithms in general, okay? And then these 5 classes cover about 400 tags, okay? So within gardens, there might be 100, 150 positive words: peace, love, joy. Within adversities, there might be another 100, 150 words. Within activities, rehab, humor, they each have anywhere from 50 to 100 words, and you add that up, you get about 400 tags. So we can search for Wellgorithms by tag. We can search for Wellgorithms by the main category. Now, there's also a special class. This is a class. It's a taxonomy. So there's categories and tags, but there's also a special class. And these are fixed. And so this is another way that we want to be able to work through Wellgorithms. And I think in the PDF, I showed you up here. If you look at that, you'll see that I put some of those words up here. You don't have to arrange it like that. I'm just using that for your explanation. And so what you're challenged to do is when, where, and why. Okay, here's the Wellgorithms feed. And here's the search. When, where, and why do I search for Wellgorithms using the search bar? And when, where, and why, and how do I search for Wellgorithms in some sort of filtered feed of Wellgorithms? That's an interesting question because you're going to create a holistic experience from that. Okay, now, just some helpful hints. For the top search, the 2 primary things we search for are journals and Wellgorithms, right? So you may have a tag. You can search for journals, Wellgorithms, or both. You may say, I want popular tags. So you could list popular tags and then give people the option to have all tags. We also had this is from the past. I don't know if you can use this, but if you're inspired, give it a try. Explore the darkness would be the adversities. Discover your life would be the gardens. We could do it that way. It's kind of nice. People love it, but I don't know if it'll entirely work. You have to see. Okay, now, why the octagon? So if you combine a circle and a square, you get the perfect shape and the perfect symbolism. And there's many, many beautiful works of architecture and history that use this octagon. So it turns out I'm going to show you here how we're using that. Every journal entry has a sidebar, XBT, and it says Journal in 3D. When you hit the Journal in 3D button, you're going to go into a pipeline. You're not going to design the pipeline, but you need to know it exists. We're going to make some configurations in the pipeline, then we're going to go in virtual reality. Now, the pipeline is designed as an octagon. Let me show you. We're still under development, but I'll give you a quick overview. So we have an essence, an expression, an environment. We have constellations. We have all sorts of features and all sorts of configurations that we can make with the octagons. And these will also be pulsing and animating. Okay, so there's a lot of exciting things we can do. And the real exciting thing is, you have your sidebar for your journal entry over here, your journal in 3D. You're going to click that. You're going to go through a setup, and then once you set up, the AI is going to convert your words into spaces on the octagons. And so you'll be able to see your words come to life, and then you put on a headset. There'll be a button here you can click, and you put on a headset. You're going to go into XR. Okay. So let's come back to Wellgorithms. Right now, this is kind of like a placeholder, unless and until we get something better. This is the current logo design of the Wellgorithms. Maybe you have something better, but a word of caution. Don't spend 5-10 hours on this, because you might show it to me after 10 hours and I throw it out. Like, what you want to do is, if you're going to try something, don't spend a lot of time until we talk, and communicate with me frequently, because I really want you to succeed. I don't want you to feel like you're wasting time here. You should notice that the word Wellgorithms is very special. It has the word we, it has the word well, it has the word go, and it has the word rhythm, which is spelled a little differently in English. And then there's some background of what these Wellgorithms are and how they drive our platform. You're welcome to read that. Now, I wanted to share this with you. This was actually the original sketches, like the original vision I had that I made. And you can zoom in on it on your desktop. But do you notice that it's all about community? It's all about people. And we really wanted to showcase the presence of people. So whatever you're designing, wherever you are, I'm making a personal request that any chance you get where it feels appropriate, bring in people, okay? Make us feel like we're part of a community, okay? Because that's really what we're building. Let's see what else we got. Okay, now, inner. We are inner in parentheses, and the parentheses has profound symbolism. So you kind of think of your inner, maybe it's like your heart and your soul. But then this is kind of the mediating layer between where you're going to have a relationship with everything outside, okay? And things come, you open it up, you close it up, things come and things go. And actually, from several years ago, I made an animated logo. So you can see this. I'm sure you guys can do much better. This is what I did in Photoshop, right? But you can see there's a lot of potential to play with the parentheses, and that's like a really big symbol of ours. So any idea that you have as inspired, feel free. Now, remember, what this is this menu right up here, up top. And somehow we're going to need a better way to present the categories. What we have is we have gardens, adversities, and activity, okay? Those are the three main categories. Then we have more categories. And the current layout of the website is really not good. This is really not a good way to do it. So we really want a better way to show the categories. And I'm not sure at this point whether we should just do categories on this button. If you solve the search and you solve the Wellgorithms feed, then you may not need these down here, right? And it may give you more space to do a great job on the categories up here, okay? That's why you want to look at the big picture rather than dive into one thing. You want to kind of understand the UX of the whole platform. And it turns out the Wellgorithms feeds, the search, and the categories, this is like the engine of our navigation. So we want to get it all right, and we want it to be nicely integrated. I made you some quotes. I mean, this is really, really special. Like, why are we doing this? What's the purpose of our platform? And it's really to use like technology and use a new platform, give it the garden theme, really to do something really special. And then let me come down. I think you saw this before. This was just some notes. Want to make sure that if you're doing a 1440 wide for the desktop, this is just to show you the proportions of the images that we're going to be using. and I look forward to meeting with you, and I wish you well, and we'll talk soon.